Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. And I want to give double honor to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. And I want to say shalom to the full elect, hearing this word in truth and in sincerity. So in this lesson, I just want to do some quick, concerning, the whole situation here in Babylon the Great, primarily dealing with the whole election, and everything going on with that. And of course, these people pretty much are uneasy because, they know, they understand, that their country ain't doing okay, and pretty much every time, this presidential election thing happens, it's always chaotic here in Babylon the Great, whether it be financially, systematically, or, Esau, Edom is up to no good, pretty much, doing fabricated events, just to keep these people all over the place. But nonetheless, this is a sign of the falling of Babylon the Great, and even us in the truth, we're also feeling, the squeeze or the press down, for the lack of better words, because we're still here, So this is the book of Isaiah 19 and verse 1. The burden of Egypt, behold, the Lord Yahweh rideth upon a swift cloud, and shall come into Egypt. Cloud represent the chariot. It says, because when you go to Revelation, the first chapter, in the 7th verse, it says how he cometh with clouds, and all eyes shall see him. All right, Egypt is talking about America, because America is the modern Egypt, the modern, oppression of the Israelites. It says, and the idols of Egypt shall be moved at his presence, and the heart of Egypt shall melt in the midst of it. Yeah, because of the things getting ready to happen here in America. Things, is bad right now, but this is only the beginning of sorrows, like Yahushua said. Verse 2 says, and I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, and they shall fight every one against his brother, and every one against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom. All right? And the Egyptians against Egyptians is talking about Americans against Americans. Hence why you got Democrat versus Republicans, which is the time that we're in right now. Because, they're going against each other about who should be put in office. And that's the people are divided against himself. Yahushua said, if Satan be divided against himself, his kingdom shall not stand. So, if Esau is divided against himself about who should be put in the office, then that's a clear sign of the downfall of America, man. Okay? It got to the point now where, they're getting ready to kill each other over who's president, man. So let's say if Kamala Harris, for example, if Kamala Harris got elected to be president, man, those Republicans will go crazy. They'll just tear the whole country down. All right, because their Lord Trump, did not get into office, which means that more help for them, because the Democrats didn't do nothing beneficial toward the Republican. They make the country worse, as it looks. And if the Republicans get Donald Trump in the office, right? More favor is going to be shown towards the Republicans, which means that those who are Democratic ain't going to like it. It's not going to like the laws that are put in place, which chaos is going to be set off by the Democrats. You see, so it's an unending cycle of confusion. It says, verse 3, and the spirit of Egypt shall fail in the midst thereof, and I will destroy the counsel thereof, and they shall seek to the idols, and to the charmers, and to them that have familiar spirits, and to the wizards, right? Because when the things start happening, they're going to be calling to Jesus, right? They're going to be calling to Allah, Buddha. They're going to be calling to their different idols. I mean, hey, some people worship Beyonce. And one that day, call on Beyonce to save you. But, hey, she's not going to be there to help you. Okay? Because Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua said, look, he's putting all these idols down, man. And they're going to acknowledge that this is a higher power doing this, man. Okay? I'm going to go to the book of 2nd Ezra 15. Because now, it's to the point now where you're working damn near 60 hours a week. You're barely getting by, man. That pretty much shows you, that which was then is now, because Rome, Inflation happened in Rome. All right. It took a day's pay to even eat, to get by, man. And that's what's going on right now. People are complaining they can't pay their bills. They can't, go grocery shopping, or they got to make a decision whether it's the bills or food, man. Okay. Second Esdras 15 in verse 14, it says, "Woe to the world and them that dwell therein. For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands." Pretty much civil war amongst America, man. And that's one of the reasons they dropped that movie called Civil War, because, on the left-hand side, Esau Edom does predictive programming, showing you what, they got in their plans, before they release it. Case in point, the whole, what happened back in 2020 with that pestilence. Esau been hinting to that, since I want to say the 70s. I don't know if it was the 70s or 80s where they had something dealing with a virus, at their Olympics. It was like the opening Olympic show. And different, shows and movies where Esau Edom show you, he's going to do something like years ahead. All right. Verse 16 says, "For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes. And the course of their actions shall stand in their power." And if I'm not mistaken, about a week ago or 2 weeks ago, there was sedition in England, man. Or UK. Pretty much, I believe they're rising against their government. That's an example. And as we get closer and closer to the end of this man's kingdom, there's going to be more sedition. Whether he be here in Babylon, be over there in the UK, it's just going to spread all over the place, man, just like a virus. A virus starts somewhere. Eventually, it multiplies. It spreads. Well, the plagues is spreading in Esau's kingdom. Yahweh Shemiah Shai sent a plague in one place, and then it's that plague is going to spread somewhere else, like famine. Start somewhere, and then pretty much it goes like a chain effect. Somebody gets it, passes it to somewhere else, and then that person passes it to somebody else, and it's just a chain effect. It spreads like a virus, man. Okay. It says 17, "A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able." Right, because it's going to be martial law. It's going to be checkpoints set up. Because right now you're freely able, to travel via plane, or your car or bus, going to another city. Well, guess what? They're going to have, checkpoints, set up. They're going to need identification in order for you to pass that checkpoint. Because if this man getting ready to drop all kinds of pestilences, he's gonna want to see ID and pretty much a card or whatever that says that you've been V'd up. Eventually it's gonna turn into the MOTB. It's all gradualism. Who knows? He might just go straight forward with it and say you need this in your hand in order to get through the checkpoint. But we know, like a serpent, moves on its prey gradually and slowly before it attacks. He does it gradually, man. All right, so Esau, being that serpent, he's gonna move up to the prey, which are you people, okay, and he's gonna gradually build up to that system as he's doing right now, okay. It says 18, "For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid." And these people have been prideful, but the Lord is breaking that pride, because when you're starving, you really don't have the energy to go on social media and post your folly. When you're starving, you really don't have the energy to play games. People, it gets serious. People like to joke around, play games. Well, in that day, you're not going to want to play games like that commercial says. You're not you when you're hungry. That Snicker commercial. Okay. 19 says, "And men shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. So it's going to get to the point where, brothers, it's going to turn on their brothers. Parents are going to turn on their children. Neighbors are going to turn on each other. Man, job that I do, man, you see where neighbors, they come out their house, they say good morning, all right, smiles on their faces, and they just chopping it up, Edomites, mainly Edomites that do it because, they're in their kingdom, they don't have no out towards one another, all right, but they're in their kingdom, they get along. But guess what? In the time of Jacob's trouble, it's going to be every man for himself, all right, it's going to be, survival mode for them all. And, Esau has no restriction on, pretty much who he attacks and who he don't attack. Pretty much he have no restriction on himself. All right, because us, we have a restriction. We have this word that governs us. Esau don't have the word to govern them, so they're gonna go with batshit crazy. Okay, so I want to get this last precept before I shut it down, Lord willing. Let's get this real quick. Because, one thing that that's going to drive these people crazy is that famine. All right? Ezekiel 5:16, when I shall send upon them the evil arrows of famine, which shall be for their destruction, and which I will send to destroy you, I will increase the famine upon you and will break your staff of bread. Now, we know that Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, wrote a lot of these letters to Israel. Well, all these letters were written to Israel, right? But, being the times that we are now, we apply them to these times. Because the Lord did send, these plagues to Jake, did send famine, did send a sword upon Jake, because Jake was being wicked, But, being now that, we're in Babylon the Great, we're in captivity, Jake that are not right, they're going to catch this hell, but also the heathen are going to catch this hell, man. They're going to go through famine, all right, because they're through regardless. But the Israelites, man, they have a chance of salvation. They have a chance of repentance, but they want to be like the heathen, so therefore you're going to catch judgment with the heathen. That's why the Lord said in the book of Isaiah, though hand join in hand, the wicked shall not go unpunished. All right, but the Lord's going to send them evil arrows of famine, all right, for your destruction. And like the book of Lamentations 4:9 says, it is better to be destroyed by the sword than it is to go down by a famine, man. Because of a famine, you're pretty much slowly dying. You're slowly being eaten alive by your body. It's slaki. Let me say it like this. Your body is slowly eating itself. Because I believe, like when you're on a fast, all right, what goes first, I want to say, is the water. And then the fat. I got to look into it. It's been a minute. The water. And then the fat goes. And then after the body has no water and no fat to eat on, then goes the muscle. And that's why you see people commonly, when they're going through a starvation period, maybe up to like 20, 30 days, they get slimmer because their muscles being eaten by their body. Eventually you just turn to stick and bones, man. All right? That's one of the worst ways to go out. And this is what the Lord said He's sending to you people are here in America. All right? He's sending famine to the whole world. All right? But primarily here in America, it's going to be worse, man. All right? But, that's pretty much the point. Lord willing, this lesson is edifying to those that watch. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem HaKadosh, and double honor to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. And shalom to the old elect here in this word in truth and sincerity. Until next time, I say shalom.